Hey there, thank you for joining me for episode 6 of Top Talk. On today's episode, I'm going to cover all the different TJ soft top options we offer. So if you're a TJ owner looking at a new soft top for the summer, make sure you stay tuned for that. But first, I want to talk about our promotion. So I mentioned it on last week's show. I just want to make sure you guys know that we are running a promo that is good for a number of different mail-in rebates on corridors, on soft tops, on accessories. So make sure you check that out on our homepage. There's also an option for a $99 home installation in lieu of the rebates. So make sure you check that out. Go to bestop.com and you'll see the banner right there on the homepage. But before I go over all those TJ soft top options, I want to congratulate JC Wally Wallace, who submitted pictures for the National Go Topless Day challenge, we'll call it, that I asked people to send in pictures of what they're doing and where they're going with their Jeeps on what was last Saturday, May 16th, on National Go Topless Day. So here, JC Wallace is out in Hawaii. He's sporting a Trektop Ultra, and it looks very similar to the green JL that I was driving around down in Mexico. Not mine, wish it was. And unfortunately, he couldn't be out there with friends and so forth, or on a run or anything. But yeah, it looks like he's out there having fun. I'm going to send him a tool roll for sending that in and winning our contest. I have another great submission from that same contest, so make sure you stay tuned next week. I'm going to announce one more winner that sent us some great pictures as well. Okay, so this is going to be a overview of TJ soft top options from Bestop. And I want to say that there's obviously a limited version of the TJ. For those who don't know, it is a longer wheelbase version, and there are different options for the LJ or TJD, depending upon what you prefer to call it. I actually own a LJ or TJD, and there's not as many options for that due to the limited production of that vehicle from 2004 to 2006. However, we do have a few great options for that. So I'll talk about that along the way and how these tops relate to the TJ Unlimited. All right, so first up is the Supertop. And the Supertop is one of my favorites. It is available for the LJ or TJ Unlimited. And it basically is a factory style soft top that folds all the way down to the rear. It has a factory style profile or traditional style profile where you have a 90-degree angle over the tailgate versus the fastback style, which I'll get to that one in a minute. But as I said, it folds all the way down. It has a sunroof in the front, removable rear windows, and very similar to what the Jeep would have come with on the when you bought it from the factory. So great top. It's available in vinyl and twill. The LJ version, unfortunately, does not come in the twill material, but the TJ version does, and it has a few other color options. So next up is the Trektop. It would be probably our next most popular top for the TJ and LJ, and it features the fastback look where it slants forward from the tailgate. And on the standard wheelbase TJ, you're not going to have as much of a slant. It's only going to be slightly tilted forward, and that is dictated by the roll bars in your Jeep. So instead of using a framework like the one I just mentioned a minute ago, the Supertop, it uses more of the roll bar, I guess you could say, for its frame. And there are some other bows and things like that in there, but it actually pulls onto the roll bar itself, so therefore it follows the profile of it. It does have removable rear windows. It does have a sunroof option, just like I mentioned on the Supertop. It does have the fabric options as well, and it is available for the LJ and the TJ. Okay, so next up I want to talk about the Supertop Classic. And as that name might give you the idea, it's an older top. It's probably not the best option for a TJ at the moment, and is not made for LJ. It was created in a time when we were not allowed to replicate or use some of the design ideas that the Supertop uses, which is the factory style. And it was an option that was great at the time. However, it currently is, I would say, not what I would recommend. It is still the best option for the YJ and CJ7. So that is an area that you'd be wanting to look at the Supertop Classic, in my opinion. It does fold all the way down, but it does not have a sunroof feature. So removable rear windows and folds all the way down. But if you're looking for a top that has a sunroof option, it's going to be easier to use, and you want the traditional profile, stick with the Supertop that I mentioned earlier. So one thing I'll point out about the Supertop Classic is that since it is a dated top, you might be able to find a pretty good deal on it. So if you're someone looking for a bargain soft top, that might be your best option. Okay, next up is the Sunrider. And the Sunrider is very similar to the Supertop Classic that I just mentioned. And it basically is the same idea, but has a sunroof option on the front. And like I mentioned, it's been superseded by the Supertop. However, it is still the best option if you want a sunroof on your YJ or CJ7. So also, possibly you will be able to find it at a good deal. Has removable rear windows, folds all the way down, and that's the Sunrider. So one other option I forgot to mention while filming this is the Replace-A-Top. And the Replace-A-Top is only good for somebody who already has a factory TJ soft top, and all they want to do is replace the fabric and the windows, so the fabric assemblies only, and you keep your original hardware, and you basically add new life into the top. You need to make sure that your hardware is good. Make sure that it's not rusted or broken. If it is, you would want to consider a Supertop or one of the other options that I mentioned. Okay, so the last option is not really a full soft top. However, in the summer, if you live in a drier area, this is something you can run. And I personally have run on my LJ for very long periods in the summer, where you have a bikini top, either a Targa style, which is the shorter version going just over the front two seats, or a safari version going to the rear, a windjammer that could go behind the seat, totally optional. I personally don't run the windjammer most of the time. And then you have the Duster deck cover, which is almost like a tonneau cover for a truck, and that can cover where your rear seat goes. If you choose to not use that, I typically take mine out, and that allows a place to store things under that you can't see when you go to a shopping center or whatever. Not totally secure, but obviously if you can't see it, it's hard to tell that there's something there. So I think it looks really cool. It's great airflow through the vehicle. However, it is not watertight. I will say for all intents and purposes, not bad, but there will be a little bit of leaking in your tub if it's like a thunderstorm or something like that. All right, so that concludes all of our options for the TJ Wrangler, which is 97 to 2006. And you can find more information on any of these products on our website, bestop.com, and let us know if you have any questions. Okay, that concludes today's episode. Thank you for joining me as always, and I want to remind you to tune in next week and send any questions that you have in you think might be good for other people to hear on this show. So thanks a lot, and make sure you guys keep it real out there.